All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Perfect 10 podcast. I am one half of your host, Jacob Erdy. Alongside me, as you already know, Daniel Dees.
That's right.
This episode, as always, brought to you by Boot Crew Media. Don't like the look of that, but
Me neither.
I don't think that's one of our problems. Anyway, and yeah, today we are giving y'all the top 10 Saturday Night Live skits of all time.
That's right. Can't wait. I'm actually happy. I love Saturday Night Live. I mentioned that last episode. I put it on the Peacock app. Sorry, my language. And while I clean your house, I'll just have like an old episode of Saturday Night Live playing. I'll just go to a random year, random season, random episode, and just play and just get on with it.
Yeah, if you're a big fan of the show, then clearly it's going to be a very difficult list for you for one reason specifically. So this is just SNL skits.
Yeah. We're not doing cast members.
Time out. It's train.
Oh, that's a struggling train.
Dude, it sounded odd for a second there. So anyway, this is top 10 SNL skits of all time.
Yes, sir.
There's what? A dozen skits per episode?
Yeah, about that. I started off doing this list at work. I had like 50 something on my little notepad, and I narrowed it down to like 21. And I was like ones I knew I could not get rid of. Okay. And I decided to pick 10 out of that, and the rest got thrown into honorables.
So if there's, around a dozen skits per episode, how many episodes are there total?
Oh, shit.
I think we've done this trivia question before. That's my trivia question. I'll start off. How many seasons are there?
Hell, I'm just going to go with the episode total. There's got to be like 21 seasons.
Way more than that. Way more.
Shit. Give me the number of seasons.
48.
All right.
I feel like we had this. I think you got within 5.
All right. I'm pulling up the calculator.
Yeah, you did this last time.
Shut up.
Somehow you ended up.
How many seasons?
48.
There's about 17 episodes. There's 48 seasons. That seems like low. All right, so let's do 48 times 18. All right, I'm gonna do 48 times 18 episodes. I'm gonna go 864. Oh wait, no, that seems low. Am I low?
You're very close.
I'm very close. High or low?
You're low.
I was hoping I was low. I was hoping I was high.
I'm pretty positive we did do this before.
I think we did. 874, 5?
No, see, so you went 875 last time. I'm pretty sure. No, the answer is 880, but still.
880? All right, cool. I'm giving myself credit.
Very close. So anyway, yeah, 800. So there's 880 episodes, and there's, a 10, 12 skits, whatever. So to pick the top 10 out of all those, out of, close to 9,000 probably ish.
Yeah.
Kind of tough.
Very tough. But like I said, everything I wrote down on that notepad, I did not look up skits. So I obviously probably missed a bunch of obvious ones, but I wanted to do this off the top of my head with no research at all.
Okay. So, I did, let's see, off the top of my head, all these, there's only one that's in my list that was one that I looked up, but it was by accident because I was looking for a different skit.
Okay.
And then this one popped up. I don't even remember the skit, but it was like,
for my number one, I got to play the YouTube clip of it so everybody can just get the gist of it.
Interesting. I thought for sure going into this, we were going to overlap our number ones, but clearly we aren't. But yeah, there's only one in here that I didn't.
I promise you, we do not have the number ones.
Okay.
There's because you say you don't watch the new episodes.
Okay. Like I said, there's only one in here that I didn't know previous to trying to make this list, and it's a little absurd that it made the list because it seems like probably a real throwaway.
Yeah.
But it was just pretty hilarious, honestly.
Oh, I got thrown in 2 animals. I just remember.
Okay, dude, I need this thing to stop doing that. But I don't think that was the problem last time. So look, if you're listening to this right now and it's glitching out,
we're sorry.
I'm apologizing right now.
If it's glitching out and you're listening right now, we probably caught it before you're listening.
Well, no, because last episode we went back and listened to it after we got done, which was moments ago, and it was as crisp as could be. But anyway, how many honorable do you have? Like 30?
Oh my God, I got a bunch.
Oh, are you going to say
About like 22, 23.
before number ones or what?
I'm going to go ahead and say mine now.
Hammer them out. Yeah.
I got the Chippendales audition.
Okay.
I got Sweaty Balls.
Okay.
Mr. Robinson's Christmas. That's when Eddie Murphy was Mr. Rogers, his version of it, but he's from Harlem.
Okay.
I got Black Jeopardy. Brian Fellows' Safari Planet. Will Ferrell as Harry Carey. The Hanukkah Song. Lunch Lady Land. MacGruber. The Haunted Elevator. The Squid Game's Country Song. Buckwheat Sings. Buckwheat Assassinated. And Pete Davidson as Stu.
Okay.
If you don't know what those are, go YouTube them. All hilarious.
So my only honorables, really, I even put on there 2 minute account because
They really are.
but I got El Nino.
Oh yeah, my name's that's Spanish for
The Nino.
the Nino.
Yeah, so it's just old school Chris Farley, and I got Land Shark. Land Shark
Yes,
is an OG.
Yes, it was. I forgot about Land
It
Shark.
was probably.
Now, I will throw that in the honorables. I would not put that in my top 10. I will comfortably put that in my honorables. Land Shark was like a sequel to Jaws, but it was just attacking people on land.
Yeah,
It was like, I love Land Shark. That was a good one. That's a good one.
back in Dan Aykroyd's day.
Yeah.
Just a very absurd.
That's a good one.
So yeah, I mean that's what I mean. That was my only honorables, just because it was just too much to really dive into. Honestly.
All right, actually,
But you still add to the
no,
list.
no. Let's gotta prep it for my number 10. Go ahead and dive in. You done with your honorables?
Yeah, I didn't add any clips at all.
I'm only gonna play one clip. I gotta play a song for this one.
Okay.
Number 10. What is love? Baby, don't hurt. I got the Roxberries.
We're gonna get there.
Oh yes.
Of course, dude. Like I say,
That's a Halloween costume idea.
well, you gotta look like them though, kinda, you know. If you don't know Night at the Roxbury, then turn this episode off
and get a life.
But yeah, we're gonna get there.
All right, good. I'm glad you got it. And my number 9, it's one of the newer ones. This solidified Will Arnett. No, not him. Fred Armisen. It solidified him as my most underrated cast member of all time. I got the Californians. It's like a soap opera that takes place in like Malibu. And they do like the Malibu accents, and it's just hilarious. That's one of the ones you've got to YouTube every single skit of the Californians. Like Bill Hader is
I love Bill Hader, dude.
Bill Hader makes the skit, and like it's so funny that multiple times Bill Hader breaks character.
Nice.
That's how you know a skit's great, when a cast member breaks character.
Wait, so how long ago was that? Is Bill Hader still on SNL?
Oh no, he's been gone.
Okay.
This would probably have been 2010, 2011.
Okay. All right. That sounds about right. I have one in that same area coming up.
Yeah. And my number 8, how this got past the FCC is beyond me. I got Canteen Boy.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
Adam Sandler, he was playing a Boy Scout, and Alec Baldwin would get in the sleeping bag with him as like the Scout Master.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about that.
Yes.
Yeah. They do love to ride a line of inappropriateness, like kind of somewhat current events a lot of times.
My 2 and 1 ride that line very damn close.
Okay.
My number 2, I cannot play the clip. If I play it, we will get canceled for sure. 110%.
Wow.
If you know Saturday Night Live, you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Okay. You know what I'm thinking now, but what was the other show that came out for a little while?
Mad TV.
Mad TV. Yep, that's what I was just thinking.
Love Mad TV. That's where Key and Peele got their start.
There's a lot of classics on there as well.
Love Mad TV. Very underrated show. I wish it
only lasted for a couple of years.
Yeah, it was like 4 years it lasted. It was on the wrong station at the wrong time.
What was it on, Spike?
I think Comedy Central.
Okay.
I think it should have been like on like TBS 7 o'clock.
Right.
like a Thursday, but
Yeah.
it was on Friday night. It came on Friday night, and nobody watches TV on Friday nights
Fair.
because everybody goes out.
So
that was my 10, 9, 8.
That was 10. I said my number 10. This one. So I was just racking my brain on old school Saturday Night Live clips, and it's not that this one is like wildly funny. It's like very slapstick, which I mean, obviously most of SNL is really. But I remember it was Chris Kattan and The Rock. I got Mr. Peepers and Papa Peepers. They were both monkeys.
Yeah,
dude. Chris Kattan, he had to have been on some sort of amphetamines. Like I know he's like high energy.
Well, no, there's
just his human motions looked like they were in high speed compared to everything that was going on.
He got hurt during a skit or during a movie one time, and ever since then he's been like addicted to painkillers. It just ruined the poor guy.
But no, I mean, he was the way how fast he was chewing up that apple and spitting and then slapping the table.
He was very good at the physical comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Behind Belushi and Farley, I gotta go Chris Kattan with the physical comedy.
But and The Rock was in there too. It was young. Like he only had like one big tat on his arm. It was before he got the whole shoulder piece and all that.
Yeah, that was back when he was actually in the WWF, and it was like the first time he's ever done anything outside of the WWF.
Yeah. So if you look up Mr. Peepers and Papa Peepers, it's quite a run of a skit, you know. Yeah. So that's my 10 spot, which, okay. So, and this is my 9 spot is the one that I accidentally stumbled across. And it was while I was looking for that 10 spot one. Cause I looked up Chris Kattan, SNL, Chris Kattan monkey.
Are you talking about Mango?
No. Brutus.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't know how I didn't know this skit. All right. It's
Brutus fucking ruled.
There's nothing's funny about bestiality, but there is something hilarious about
I like how we preface that.
somebody teaching a monkey to speak and then the monkey outing the scientist about being a perv.
Yes.
So,
I love that skit. Brutus, like I said, Brutus, please YouTube Brutus.
Dude, just it's Jonah Hill. It's like 2009. He's like, he brings this monkey up in front of everybody. He's like, hey, look, I taught this monkey how to talk. And everybody's like, yeah, whatever. And the first thing the monkey says is, he sex me. and like one of the people was like, oh, excuse me, are you saying that he had sex with you? And he's like, and then Jonah Hill was like, whoa, look, I don't, let's not focus on what he's saying. Let's just focus on that he is talking.
He's actually saying.
And then it gets more and more elaborate about the monkey just outing him as a sexual predator.
Yeah.
It's like he said he would have his baby. And then like, dude, it got so out of whack. But for some reason, it was just cracking me up. I mean, it's typical. So that is my 9 spot. My number 8 spot. I should play the clip, honestly. You know what?
Go for it.
Shouldn't take but a second here. It's kind of, it goes with the opening song. And if you don't know this song, then I don't know where you've been this whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, wait, there we go. Well, I mean, you know that one. Oh, wait.
Dick in a Box.
Son of a... Dang it. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't start from the beginning. But yeah, so it was Dick in a Box.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
One of the more iconic songs.
Yeah. So we'll let you get the little intro here.
I forgot the backlash from this. Like parents were pissed.
So just sit down.
Because it was actually when this came out, this is when like the iPod was huge and like kids were buying Dick in a Box on their iPods and singing it. No, this is nothing.
To lay it on the line.
Wow, it's Christmas and my heart is open wide. Gonna give you something so you know what's on my mind.
A gift real special.
Andy Samberg is great, dude. And JT did great on SNL.
It's my in a box.
Yep.
The best is when they get to the instructions. It's 1, cut a hole in a box.
Yeah.
2, Put your junk
Yeah.
in that box.
And then it's your dick in a box.
Exactly. But Dick in a Box though is just an all-time classic. And I forget how long ago that was as well. I guess how long has it been since Andy Samberg's been on there?
He left
Probably
around
almost
2013.
Okay, so almost 10 years, yeah. I feel like he's one of the goats of SNL. I mean, sure, you really have all the old school cats, but I feel like Andy
I think
Samberg.
I'll have to agree with that.
Andy Samberg.
When it comes to his skits and the hilarity he brought, yeah, definitely. I'll say he's one of the goats.
Like whenever you think about it, though, like you go back to the Will Ferrell days and the Chris Farley.
Will Ferrell's the overall goat.
Oh, gotta be.
He is.
In my book,
he's
he
my
is.
undisputed one.
But anyway, so that was my number 8 spot, Dick in a Box.
All right, coming in at my number 7, I got Celebrity Jeopardy. I'm sure you have it.
I'm surprised you have it that low. Yes. All right. Yes. We're gonna get back to it. Obviously, it's in there.
Love Celebrity Jeopardy. Number 6. SNL is famous for impersonating presidents, but there's one that
Dana Carvey.
No,
George Bush.
no. You're close though. I got Will Ferrell as W.
Oh, okay.
That shit was always funny. That always hit.
Wait. Why am I thinking of Dana Carvey as George?
He was
W?
H.W. Bush.
He's H.W. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was also Ross Perot. That was hilarious.
So
Like, I think his Ross Perot was funnier than his H.W.
so Will Ferrell is as W.
Yeah. That's
Solid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, every time he did his W impression, it always hit.
Yeah.
It sounded nothing like Bush. He looked nothing like Bush, but it was funny as hell.
I'm trying to think who does Obama.
Who did Obama? Shit.
I was distracted by the background music. I don't know if anybody on here can ever even hear the background music.
Oh, it was Jay Farrow.
Oh, okay.
I kept saying Michael Che, but I know that was wrong. It was Jay Farrow.
But yeah, so yeah, I forget about all the impressions that they, like the presidents and stuff. So just like that character in general, not necessarily a specific skit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the character itself. He's just amazing.
Okay.
And it's always funny.
So that was 7-6.
That was 7-6.
So my 7. This one again, it's kind of it's not one specific one. But Weekend Update. Like Weekend Update's been kind of a long running skit.
I got something very similar coming up.
Specifically the Norm Macdonald era of Weekend Update.
We'll get to that.
Okay. All right.
We'll get to that.
So that's my 7.
Okay.
There's
we'll
one specific one. It's only like 30 seconds. It's one of the funniest joke bits. He nailed like 3 punchlines in 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, Norm Macdonald is one of the funniest human beings of all time.
When he talked about the statistics of car accidents,
Don't remember that one.
he's like, 55% of people think that women are responsible for fender benders, and 77% of people, like it's 2 different charts. And then the next chart says like 77% of people believe that men are responsible for like fatal accidents, like large crashes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, if you look at the chart, the math doesn't add up because we had a woman make the chart. And then he's like, if you're offended by that, a woman wrote that joke. And then everybody's like, well, and then he's like, no, I'm just joking. We don't hire women. But he said like the cadence was so good of all
his
three.
delivery.
Yeah.
His delivery is second to none. When it comes to like stand-up comedians, like acting in a movie or an SNL skit, Norm Macdonald had probably the best deliveries out of everybody.
He's up there for sure. That is my 7 spot Weekend Update. My 6 spot, another throwback here. Jimmy Fallon, old school Jimmy Fallon. I got Nick Burns, your company's computer guy.
Not for me.
So
I'm not a Jimmy Fallon guy.
Well, and it's like it's one of those, which I guess most of SNL comedy is like awkward humor, like The Office kind of. But like the IT guy skits, they're all like meant to be like they're kind of a play on like, IT nerds, but at the same time, it's like so wildly accurate about like how incompetent most just people are of using any sort of technology. It's always like, okay, did you turn it off and turn it back on again? You know,
I'm glad you mentioned that. Has nothing to do with that, but honorable mention. It came out last year. It was trying to cancel Charter Spectrum. Look that clip up. Type in SNL Spectrum.
All right.
That was funny as hell.
It's funny to me now as well, because I ironically didn't even think about this. Had we those last 2 episodes, had we just turned the computer off and turned it back on again, it would have worked perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Somehow we missed on that. Again, if you listened last Monday, shout out. Thanks for giving it a run.
Yeah.
Sure, it was terrible. We do need to re-record worst top 10 list ideas, though, because that was a fun one that I think nobody listened to.
It was.
Because it was too glitched out. But anyway, so that was my 7-6.
All right, so my 5-4. My number 5. Hold your drinks up in the air to Bill Brasky. Bill Brasky. You don't remember that one?
No.
Oh my God. That's one of the goats right there. Like,
what?
It's these guys, like, they sell copy machines, right?
Okay.
And they just talk about the greatest salesman in the world. His name is Bill Brasky, and they just make up fucking legends about him. Like,
and the guy doesn't exist?
No, he existed, but we never saw him. And like random strangers, like, hey, you talking about Bill Brasky? And like they all just like share Bill Brasky. Like, Bill Brasky was in my wedding. He like fell into the wedding cake, had sex with my bride in a fountain. And everybody go to Bill Brasky. And one guy would say his ejaculate could cure leprosy. And one guy would go, I wish I had leprosy.
No, dude. How do I not?
Oh my
God.
God.
Ringing a bell.
You've got to Google SNL Bill Brasky. It's like a multiple skits.
Well, I mean,
it's hilarious.
Now I have a new alias for whenever we go travel somewhere.
Bill Brasky.
Bill Brasky. Yeah.
Oh my God, you had to look that shit up. That shit's funny.
We normally just go by middle names, but Bill Brasky seems like way cooler of a character.
I go Ron Mexico, go with the classic.
Okay.
You don't know who Ron Mexico is?
I don't think so, dude.
That was the name Michael Vick used to go bang prostitutes in the hotel and give them STDs. Ron Mexico, baby.
Dude, don't slander Mike Vick like that.
I love Mike Vick. He paid his debts.
So that was your 7 spot?
Yep. And my number.
Oh wait, no, that was your 5.
That's my 5. My number 4. I know you have it. You're gonna be like, that's way too low. I got Cowbell.
In your what spot?
My number 4. Hit it.
Hit it.
Oh!
Hit it. I need more cowbell. Dude, what are the odds? And a 9,000 episode.
What is
9,000 skits?
It's obviously one of the best.
It has to be.
Yeah, it's like every time somebody plays "Don't Fear the Reaper," everybody goes, "Gotta have more cowbell."
Don't fear the reaper.
Yeah. Gotta ruin the song for people.
Kinda.
It's a great song.
But such a good skit. It's such a classic. Christopher Walken kills it. Will Ferrell. It's hard. I mean, Will Ferrell's got to be the GOAT.
Mm-hmm. He is.
SNL.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. If you don't think he's the GOAT, you're wrong.
You are just wrong. Yeah.
I know people like to say the popular answer, like Bill Murray, Jim Belushi.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I know one Bill Murray skit from SNL.
You really don't. I mean, you got the lobby singer. That's pretty much the only one I can guess.
I can't think of any.
He wasn't very memorable in SNL.
He was just one of the first, I guess. Like,
yeah, he was one of the OGs.
Okay. But yeah. So we're gonna get back to it. I mean,
yeah, obviously.
So my number 5 spot. We can just run through these pretty quick because you already had it. I think it was your 10. Night at the Roxbury. That song, like the head
bobbing,
like everybody on earth knows, right? Yeah, 2 idiots.
Everybody knows sees idiots in the clubs on the dance floor,
dancing up on the chick bomb.
Everybody's seen that in their life. If you've been to a club, you've seen somebody that's just like Roxbury.
Yeah,
and that was my older brother.
So, stepbrother.
I wish. Biological.
But no,
he would just dance with anybody, dance up on them.
Fair.
Did the same move over and over.
Give it a run, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, He hit a few home runs.
There you go.
So
Hey,
can't hate
cast
too
a
much on.
wide net, you know?
Hey, you fish with dynamite,
Yeah.
you're bound to get something.
So that was my 5 spot. And then my 4 spot, I need more cowbell.
Yes.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
The only 2 people who did not break in that skit were Christopher Walken and Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Everybody else just was fucking
You can see it,
losing it.
Just losing it.
And fun fact about that skit, it almost didn't make it to air. They almost threw that skit away completely because they said this is dumb as hell.
That's stupid.
But Christopher Walken loved it. So he's like, no, I love this skit. We got to do it. And it's one of their most legendary skits.
It was because Will Ferrell's that shirt he was wearing was like a small, and he's just banging it right.
He's exploring the space.
Exploring the space. Yeah. Yeah. That is all-time classic. More cowbell in the 4 spot.
All right, my number 3. I hope to God you have it. I got Matt Foley.
See, the problem is,
Oh
no, we're gonna get to it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So
Matt Foley.
obviously. So my number 3 spot, criminal, that you had in your honorable mention.
All right.
Criminal.
What you got?
One of the most obvious. Navy beans.
Lunch Lady Land. I figured you could have
Lunch
that.
Lady Land, dude. I mean,
I love Lunch Lady Land.
it's obviously, I mean, okay, at least you had it in the honorables, but still, it's like one of the most obvious top 10 picks. Lunch Lady Land, dude. Sure, it was a Sandler song.
I got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
Lunch Lady Land was on which Adam Sandler album?
I don't know I don't even know how many albums he's got, bro. What
I
the
don't even ask the number. It was They're All Gonna Laugh at You.
Oh, okay. Like who know? Hey, you know what? Text me specifically if you knew that answer.
If you knew that, I feel like JJ would definitely know that answer.
I don't even know. I don't know most regular album names, much less one of Sandler's from the 90s.
Hold on.
That's
I just remember the
absurd.
skit from that album.
That had to be like what, 93, like early 90s?
That was like 93. You got it right though.
93?
93.
Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, because that's how old I was. 4 years old, dude.
Yeah, right. It has this song on it. Which is much better than Lunch Lady Land. I wish he would have put this on Saturday Night Live, but for obvious reasons, it could not have aired.
Put your arms around
Oh, yeah.
me, baby.
Classic.
Can't you see
All my married
I need
fellas
you
out here,
so?
this is a good slow dance song with your lady.
Hold me close against your skin. I'm about to begin
Loving you.
Dude, Sandler.
Spit on your hand and stroke my cock at a medium pace. Play with my balls and tell me how big they are.
Clearly, this couldn't make it on
Honey, rub
SNL.
your beaver up and down my face. Sit on the corner of the bed and watch me whack off.
This is where it really picks up right here.
You see that shampoo bottle now? Stick it up my ass.
I don't remember. Sandler had quite a run of parody songs. I mean,
Oh
like,
yeah.
Talk about your old boyfriend's dick and how big it was.
what? I don't remember.
Shave off my pubes and punch me in the face.
I do not remember all of that.
This was peak Sandler for me.
Oh, darling.
I'm trying
Then
to.
he got married and had kids.
Push my dick and balls.
I don't-
My legs.
Dude, I do not remember.
Call me an
I'm trying to
ugly
think.
woman and take my picture. Show all the
Was this 93 as well? I mean, it had to be for the same album. I'm trying to think when was
Now pull up my scrotum and take the shampoo bottle out of my
But-
ass.
when was Mr. Deeds? Had to
That
be
was like 90. That was like 2001.
okay, yeah. So yeah, Sandler has lived multiple careers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I love early 90s Sandler before he was married, before he became family friendly. And he was just a filthy comic, just making dumb shit like that.
Dude, I forget about all that. That is wait, so what are we oh, so yeah, my 3 spot was Lunch Ladyland. you know, hoagies and grinders, navy beans, you know.
Meatloaf sandwich.
Yeah. It's just an all-time classic, you know. Like I feel like that's that's probably to me the most memorable Sandler song from SNL. There's what is it, like a Thanksgiving song or something?
Yeah, Thanksgiving song. Also on that album, by the way. Fun fact. My favorite SNL song.
I mean,
I think I gotta go. Stu. It's when Pete Davidson was like writing Santa Claus like Stan from Eminem.
Okay.
That shit was great.
I don't know that one.
All right, so my number 2. I would love to play this clip.
Okay.
I cannot for obvious reasons. It's a very old school clip. It's between Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor. It's called Word Association.
Okay.
Chevy Chase is getting Richard Pryor a job. Yeah, I think he's like this hiring agent or something. They're doing Word Association. He would go,
okay, don't make me have to edit some stuff out of here, dude. I hate editing.
I'll say the thing like he'll go like bone. Richard Pryor will say dog, and then he'll say tree. Richard Pryor will say dog again, and then it gets a little racial. And then they just start going back and forth, trading like racial slurs. It is one of the funniest damn things you'll ever see. And the fact that it aired on NBC blows my damn mind.
I mean, just the sound of it does.
And it ends with, he says something, Richard Pryor said, honky. And then Chevy Chase just straight up says the N word.
Wow.
And then Richard Pryor says, dead honky. And it aired? And it aired.
That is
you
wild.
had to YouTube this. When I say like the first time I saw this, I was probably 12 years old. And I learned racial epithets I didn't even know existed that I will not say on this podcast.
Dude, that is wild that aired. And that you can still find it.
Yeah.
Like, is it on
it's on YouTube. I watched it before.
Is it on Peacock?
Yeah.
Really?
They put a disclaimer in front of the episode.
Wow.
Like, and they both just say all these racial things straight face. Like Chevy Chase did not want to do this skit, but Richard Pryor said, no, you're doing this and it's going to be great.
Well, that's like, I like on,
you don't tell Richard Pryor no when it comes to comedy.
That's like, I like on Weekend Update whenever they swap.
Right.
Like they swap the, who reads which. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Colin Jost and Michael Che. All right. So you're number 1.
My number 1 and my number 2. Yeah. My number 2. It was your number 3. I got Matt Foley, Van Down by the River.
Matt Foley? I'll accept it.
It's just such, like, to me, that scene itself, when they're sitting in the living room, he's got the khakis on, the plaid coat. That just scene itself may be the most iconic or like most memorable photo of any SNL skit of all time.
I mean, I don't hate it. I love Matt Foley. Like we're living in a van down by the river.
Like, but like I'm saying, like if you took a picture of any SNL skit,
that's he's probably the most iconic character.
Right. Me. Right. That one photo of that scene to me may be the one that I remember the quickest. Boom. Van Down by the River. Yeah. Now, Matt Foley might take me a minute to scratch out of my brain, but Van Down.
Living in a van
down by the river. But yeah, so that's my number 2 spot just because it belongs there. And it's just still one of the greatest clips. The funniest part is him directing his entire performance basically directly at David Spade, just trying to break him.
Yeah, that's Chris Farley's thing. He tries his best to make David Spade break.
Right. And it's so funny to watch.
And Lorne Michaels, that was one of his reasons for firing Chris Farley because he purposely tried to get people to break. And he hated that. So he fired Chris Farley. He fired Sandler. Like one of his biggest goose was firing that crew.
Yeah.
So that was your number 1?
That was my number 2.
Oh, that was your number 2. Oh, my number 1. You already mentioned it just now. I got Colin Jost and Michael Che swapping jokes at the end of the year.
Okay.
I never missed that ever because it is so funny. And I'm going to play it right now from last year.
Okay.
Well, guys, tonight is the last show of the season, and Shay and I have decided that our end of the year gifts to each other would once again be jokes.
Yeah. You're going to understand why this is the best.
We're making each other read jokes live on air that the other person has never seen before.
And the idea is to keep it fun, light, No one's going to get canceled. No one's families are going to get threatened. You know, have fun.
Sure, we'll see. Well, why don't you go first? That's fine.
An obese monkey in Thailand named Godzilla has been sent to a special facility to lose weight. Officials realized the monkey was overweight when a bunch of black guys kept hitting on it.
That's pretty racist, Colin. Las Vegas is opening a pop-up vaccine site in a strip club. And don't worry, the strippers say the vaccine is a lot like Michael Che. Very quick, and you can barely feel it go in.
Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. And a black Superman actually makes a lot of sense when you remember that Superman was abandoned by his parents as a baby. Well, I knew you'd like that one, so here's another one. Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. In this version, black Superman's kryptonite is an honest day's work.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen this one.
I think this was last year, the year before last.
Whoa! Really doubling down on black Superman. San Diego police are being investigated after video surfaced of them using excessive force on a homeless black man accused of urinating in public. But I say great work keeping our streets clean, boys. Yes, sir. Anything the police do is all right with old Mikey Che. I know I'm probably the only black man brave enough to say this on live TV, but blue lives matter even more.
It's really nice of you.
It's really nice.
Okay.
This week, construction began on a new hip-hop museum in the Bronx. And I know that we've had a lot of fun with me reading racist jokes that Michael writes for me. But because our country is already divided enough, I'd like to use my platform to say something that everyone of all races can agree on. Woody Allen is innocent. He did nothing wrong. And before I go, I just thought of another punchline for that black Superman story. Black Superman will be referred to as the Man of Steel, spelled S-T-E-A.
Great premise.
I love, like, that's one of my favorite things every year. And for that solidifies them above Norm Macdonald for Weekend Update.
Okay. Well, Weekend Update was done by multiple people throughout the years. Though, right?
It's always been like everybody was saying Norm Macdonald or Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, or whatever. But for me, it's Colin Jost and Michael Che, just because of that dynamic. Like they just try to get each other to say the dumbest shit.
Didn't what's his name? Didn't Kel do Weekend Update for a while too?
Uh-uh.
No, what am I thinking of? What did he do?
I mean, he'd show up on Weekend Update as a character.
Okay. So anyway, that was your one?
Right.
So my number one, the most obvious number one, dude. I don't know how you had it so criminally low in your list.
All right.
I got Celebrity Jeopardy.
I love Celebrity Jeopardy. Don't get me wrong.
Specifically,
Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, exactly. That one, you know.
And your boy, Sean Connery. Played by Daryl Hammond.
French Stewart, which was
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
My name's French. Yeah, no one gives a damn.
Dude. Burt Reynolds' character in that, and I mean, obviously Will Ferrell killed it every time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Celebrity Jeopardy, obvious. I mean, like easy top 10 spot. To me, it's in the number one just because it's one of the longer skits, I guess, and it's one of the more like it had multiple iterations of just a great skit over and over, you know,
for real.
So I got Celebrity Jeopardy in the one.
I don't hate it.
But
in the grand scheme of things, like, it's great that you put that on there, considering there's like over 9,000 skits. Has to be like at least maybe even more than that, but like 12,000.
Right. Yeah, it is wild that there's that many of them on there.
Because you forget there's like skits that only last like not even a minute.
Like El Nino was maybe a minute and a half total.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, so that's my number one, dude. Celebrity Jeopardy. Let's see, this is Monday. Oh, Thursday. Now, this list, we've done holiday foods. We've done I feel like we did another holiday related one.
Holiday movies?
Yeah,
it was holiday movies.
This we're doing just straight up top 10 holidays.
Yeah. Holidays.
I feel like we're definitely going to overlap. Obviously.
Probably not.
You think so?
Oh, I got some takes.
Interesting. All right. So yeah, Thursday is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Have fun with your fam. If you're listening to it today on Thanksgiving, or well, you know, then on Thanksgiving, then shout out.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Go eat yourself into a coma and come back.
Eat better food than the traditional shit.
Okay.
If you're gonna make something other than cranberry sauce.
Unless it's from scratch.
Whatever, dude.
It's way better, bro. But anyway, rundowns.
Oh, rundowns. 10, I got Roxberries. 9, The Californians. 8, Canteen Boys. 7, Celebrity Jeopardy. 6, Will Ferrell as George W. Bush. 5, Bill Brasky. 4, Cowbell. 3, Matt Foley. 2, Word Association. And number 1, Colin Jost and Michael Che, Swap Jokes.
So my number 10, Mr. Peepers and Papa Peepers. 9, Brutus. 8, Dick in a Box. 7, Weekend Update. 6, Nick Burns, Your Company's Computer Guy. 5, Night at the Roxbury. 4, More Cowbell. 3, Lunch Ladyland. 2, Matt Foley, Van Down by the River. And number 1, Celebrity Jeopardy.
Nice.
Nice. But yeah. Nice. So yeah, come back Thursday. Hopefully this episode is nice and crisp, no problems.
Hopefully. We're gonna go back and listen to it.
We're gonna sample it out, but either way, you're gonna get this app.
Yep.
So
till then.
Peace.
Peace.